And several departments are hosting a business networking session at the Durban International Convention Centre. This in a bid to rebuild the local economy following floods that wreaked havoc in the province in April. But will their plans fill in the gaps given the festive season being upon us? Well, thousands of travellers have flocked to KwaZulu-Natal every year during this period, and our reporter Lethiwe Mdluli is tracking developments around this particular story for us. A very good morning to you, Lethiwe Mdluli, and of course it's a huge conversation around it being a peak season for tourism and the potential revenue that could be sustained from the time that we're in, but the province's efforts to ensure that infrastructure and other related sectors within the provincial economy are able to accommodate those within the province and those coming into the province during the season.
Well, Rafiwa, that's exactly what we're expecting for the Department of Economic Development here in the province. To explain a bit further today in this business session, we are like I said, Rafiwa, we are expecting for the Department of Economic Development and Tourism in the province to explain a bit further on their plans on how they are going to attract those much-needed holiday makers as the holiday season is fast approaching. We have seen over the last few months how the city of Durban and KZN as a province have lost so many tourism or tourists because of the many continued issues that the city is facing, particularly when it comes to the beach closures. We've seen since August beaches being open and closed due to the sewage problem that the city is facing, and that was caused by the floods. We've been talking to experts about the E. coli levels in our beaches and how exactly is government and the city of Durban planning to attract those much needed holiday makers into the province. We'll get to hear that today, but right now I'm actually joined by the HOD for ETIA, Mr. Nhlagani. I want to bring him in and just find out from him what we can expect today. Mr. Nkontwana, take us through what we can expect today.
No, thank you very much for the opportunity. Today we are having conversation with our CEOs. As you know, that we have got 12 entities. We'll be discussing the programs and the projects that they are undertaking within 100 days after the Honorable MEC took office. We will focus on the strategic projects just within 100 days and beyond. Mid-November, we'll be having this 100 days session in Potchefstroom, Ugu, where we'll be taking stock in terms of what is it that we have done, the capital injection that have been made as part of trade and investment in the province, but of course, other commitments that we'll be making to grow the economy of the province. So we have invited the captains of industry to be part of this honest discussion for us to enrich the debate, but also to listen to other people. What is it that are expecting of us to do as we move forward?
You're expecting to grow the economy, attract much needed investments into the province following so many disasters that we've been facing, but there are ongoing issues. If you are trying to grow the economy through tourism, for instance, how exactly is that going to happen when you have issues such as the Durban beaches being closed, the road infrastructure not working, and also in the South Coast we have a water issue. Residents right in the South Coast are without water for months on end.
I would like to assure the citizens of KZN and the tourists that want to come to visit our shores that this week we had a discussion and a visit by the portfolio committee. We visited some pump stations and water waste treatment plants just to give ourselves an assurance in terms of what is it that the city is doing to change the situation according to the plans that have been put forward, not only by the city of eThekwini, because we also had our team from Environmental Affairs and the National Department of Water Affairs. We are assured that by the end of this month, all these challenges will be addressed by the city. We will be meeting as the national, the province, as well as the municipality on a weekly basis to ensure that we address these issues. We are also equally concerned as a province, of course, but we, as a collective, we have agreed that we need to work together to resolve these issues. We also having quite a number of international events that will be taking place. Next week, we will be having the National Nelson Mandela lecture here in this area. Also, the other business conferences that will be taking place. So we're expecting quite a lot of people to come to our shows. That's why we are taking the issue of water and sanitation seriously, and will be supporting the city to ensure that it addresses the current challenges that are taking place within the city.
Mr. Kontwana, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
So, Rafiwa, those are some of the plans that the city and eNCA here in KZN have. But what exactly are they doing? Because we only have about 4 weeks until the holiday season actually begins. And they are talking about growing the economy. But business confidence in the province currently is at an all-time low. We've heard businesses complaining about a lot of issues that the province is facing, including the floods, including the looting that took place last year in July.
No, absolutely, Lethiwe Mdluli. There's the looting, there's the floods, there's the corruption mafia, allegedly, and a host of other issues that businesses have to deal with. But we'll catch up with you a little bit later as those proceedings get underway.